have a conflict of interest with these items, so I need to recuse myself. Me too, I'm recusing myself. And you're on my right. Yes, okay, so no vote and all this stuff. So she is in charge. Yes.
She did. She said I had to do and she was again.
Yeah.
As of the red blog, she asked if I would just review those. Is that okay? So, yeah, we're doing 6C.
5 minutes, they reflects that August and I'm already observed the presentation.
So discussion possible action to vote on Peru Village's amended petition to designate Peru Village new boundaries. The new amended boundaries are on Vine Street, east to west, from Melrose, the north side, and Delongre, south side, Council File 12-1914-S1. So this amended petition has not been presented yet to the Hollywood Neighborhood Council. Peru Village's Council File 12-1914-S1 is at the Education and Neighborhood Committee and will expire December 17 of this year. The official inclusion of the Peruvian culture in the City of Los Angeles name, quote, the Peru Village Initiative, is supported from more than 800 signatures from people residing, owning property or businesses at the proposed area and surrounding that signed petition. Only 500 signatures were required by the City of LA, by the way. And it's supported by the Congress of World Countries, the United States of America, and Peru, by the Peruvian consulates in Los Angeles, by numerous well-respected and established organizations, and by several Antonino communities of different ethnicities. Peru Village, Los Angeles requests the Central Hollywood Neighborhood Council support its application to set a community impact statement to be included in its council file, to write a letter to the Education Neighborhood Committee of the City of Los Angeles, requesting them to bring this application to a public hearing as soon as possible and before it expires, which is December. Presented by Peru Village, other representatives. Yes.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Alida Turner, and I'm here as a parent. I belong to Los Angeles. It's a multicultural city, and I wanted to raise my children in a multicultural way. I'm very good at taking them to Costa Cordera, Armenia, Romania, because I want them to embrace all different cultures. We're Peruvian. We look all different. You cannot say this person is Peruvian by the way we look. We are come different shapes. But we have our own culture, and we love our culture, we're proud of it, and all we have to celebrate our culture are restaurants. When I want to celebrate with my children, we go to Peruvian restaurant. And I really wish we have like a physical area where we can go and we can feel like at home, like our country, because Peru is such a great, Peru, the country and the culture is so rich. We have Machu Picchu, like 5,000 years ago, we had the city of Caral, where civilization started, what made humans, they showed over there in Caral. Like 5,000 years ago, we were collectors, we were gatherers. But that time in Caral, 5,000 years ago, humans decided to become civilized, and it happened there. So then, after that, in the 1400s, we had the Inca Empire, such a great empire, so powerful, and we have history. We want to share with that. We're so proud of it, and we really want to enrich the culture of Los Angeles, because so many people want to ask about us and want to take them over and say, this is a little piece of Peru. We don't have to go all the way to South America. This is a little piece of Peru. My children are very proud of being half Peruvian, 50% Peruvian, 25% Peruvian, and they really love to have a place like that, not just restaurants. Thank you.
Who is the president of the Who is the president of the organization?
I am the vice president.
So I just wanted to go ahead and
They haven't finished to present the proposal.
He's taking him on, he's got to step out.
oh, yes, I used the restroom. It's okay. So I wanted to build up on that. And again, I wanted to thank the board for hearing us. As you saw on the agenda, we put a petition for designation of Peru Village in a park here in Hollywood. And as you all know, it's ceremonious. We're not changing Hollywood. We're adding a ceremonious entity to it. And it's because we have so much history in Peru. This is where some of the first Peruvians, when they came to LA, where they all congregated in the 60s, 70s. By show of hands, who knows of Peru? Who knows about Peru, the country? Then I don't have to sell you on Peru, but I do want to share with you, as Anita was saying, right now what we have is restaurants, and we have our stores that sell our food. Yet, I come from Illinois. When I arrived here 3 years ago, I found that this was the place where the Peruvian stuff is happening. I wanted to share with you something that was written during the time they were looking for signatures. This is in 2012, when everyone was excited about this initiative. They wrote, the Peruvian community proposes to designate the first Peruvian neighborhood in Los Angeles for the Peruvian Americans living here today and for generations to come. We believe that Peru Village can be a magnet for tourism and can contribute towards the revitalization of the designated area in the U.S. economy. What I'm proposing and what I've seen with my own eyes is that they're contributing to this neighborhood. They're not taking from it. On Saturday mornings, they gather and they clean up. They sweep. People honk, people look. Few stop. They are there hour after hour taking ownership. Earlier, the last presentation, you asked about what is your ownership in the community. You talked about investment and having a vested interest. I've seen the Peruvian community here do that. In fact, if you look around the room, you'll see Peruvians going to the extent of wearing their traditional clothing to represent that they are here. My friends, the proposed area of Peru Village, which sounds like a big mind you, ceremonies, is on Vine Street from Melrose to the Loma. Just a few blocks. But that little area, there's going to be so much going on. And may I say, when you ask about outreach and community engagement, some of the things that is already at work is going to the schools and dancing and bringing some culture to them, from elementary to high school, reaching out to the elderly centers and doing collaborations with nonprofit organizations that have a shared interest in the community. I think there is room for that. One of the last things I wanted to say is to remind you that what we are requesting from here is support the LA Council that they take the bill that we wrote in 2012 out of committee. If you've ever heard the phrase, committee is where bills go to die, that's exactly what's happening. They're sitting on this bill, and they're doing nothing. Yes, when they needed votes, they were there. All we ask is from council and support from the community, that we at least have a chance for them to vote, yes or no, but to get us out of committee. Because year after year, we have had people die waiting for this bill to happen. There was a lady who, and I hope she gets a chance to come, she's in her late 90s, and she was at the presentation that I went to. So with that, I want to say thank you very much, and if there are any questions.
Okay, we're going to ask you for that, right?
All right, this one.
So they can, we can give it in the comments. Just say yes, no, there's no problem.
Okay, comments from the public?
Yeah, I think your member is outside for a purpose, not to be able to vote. This is discrimination against the Peruvian and Latino community.
He's not-
Why, no, hold on, he's over there. Let me finish. Actually, this project has been here for a long time. Mario's Restaurant, what's, it's a Peruvian restaurant, which is on Melrose and Vine. And other restaurants are here for a long time. And it's a shame that, yes, we have Taipei Town, we have Chinatown, Koreatown, we have the Jewish Town, we have the Hollywood, you name it, so many towns here, hold on. And they're asking for a way to be in Vine between Melrose and Santa Monica. So I propose to your neighborhood council to take seriously. Otherwise,
If
this
I may
house,
ask what her name is first?
Oscar Dominguez.
Oscar Dominguez. I
Yeah, hold
apologize
on.
for interrupting you, but I do have to tell you this right now. Poonam outside is not discriminating anyone. The fact that he can come in is because it's a conflict of interest. That's the reason why. So let it be clear.
But
there's no
because he's outside,
discrimination.
you're able to vote.
There is
You
no
are like,
discrimination.
This is discrimination.
It is a conflict of interest. In order for him to not ruin this, we cannot have him come in. So that because there are 4 people here, we can't vote a quorum is 5. That's the reason why.
I just have a question. Poonam is going to be back for the other items. By the way, I'm Ziggy Cruz. I'm just curious. He did not recuse himself for any reason. A conflict of interest is one thing, but he should have had the courtesy to announce that prior to the presentation, not walk out during the presentation. And when I asked, is anybody coming back in? Obviously, he's going to be back here. He should announce it himself. Now, you guys can do whatever you want to do, but I agree with Oscar. You have 5 people at this meeting. No conflict of, if there's a recusal for whatever, the public should be allowed to know what that conflict might be.
Get to LA Times, this is discrimination.
So, Mr. Brown, we gotta keep it at a very, very cool level.
Discrimination.
Yeah, I understand
unbelievable,
that.
man.
We have to keep this at a really cool level or we will not be able to get anything done. So that's why we're all here.
He did ask, after the presentation, he did ask if, who the president was. That's why he asked you that question. When he found out it was Milagros, that's when he stepped out because of his conflict of interest. That's the main reason why he stepped out. That's the only reason why he stepped out.
We have board members that are.
I do want to assure you that this is not discrimination. I myself am Bolivian, right next to you guys, so just know that. But that's the only thing.
It's not discrimination. First of all, I'm a teacher. I support ethnic studies in LAUSD. It's one of my core issues. So we're not discriminating.
He's over there seated, why isn't that?
If you would like, I could go talk to him and ask him to publicly once again make that statement if that would make you feel better about it. But there is no discrimination over here.
You guys need to work, we'll take LA Times to discriminate these you guys.
Come back here, you need to hear what's going on.
Yes.
All right, okay, too bad he didn't hear. The problem is that the neighborhood council rules prevent people
This is discrimination.
an issue from being present on the vote.
Well, they
It's
don't
so
wanna hear
simple.
that.
It's a
They don't
it's a
wanna hear
city
that.
law.
They
So the
rather
guy
not.
walking out in a crazy huff
I'm
is
not
missing the
Well,
We're not
let's
gonna
not
insult-
insult anyone right now. It's already as it is. Yes?
Yeah, hi, my name is Jose Miranda. This is my first time that I come to this meeting, and I just wonder what it takes and what it took to other communities to begin or to have little areas we call like little Tokyo, little
So,
Japan.
First of all, they needed a
What it
quorum.
takes-
First of all, they needed a quorum.
That's the main issue.
The whole idea of this is support and requesting them to bring this application. We don't vote as to whether it happens or not. What we do is we offer support in requesting you guys to bring an application to a public hearing. So nothing begins and ends here.
So what she's
But
also
they have
trying
a
to say
quorum.
is this. With us, with the neighborhood council, what we could have done was a community impact statement. I'm in charge of community impact. Once the board voted for that, then we would have written that up, we would have sent it to the council file, and we would have done that. The only thing again is because of our, the way we're dealing things here on the board, it's 5 or more in the board, and then we're allowed to vote. If we don't have 5, we can definitely take competition. We can definitely wait till another board member comes if we want to do that, and we can do that. And by other member, I mean, because Marcy, I'm assuming Marcy, Milagros, and
Donna.
Donna showed up really good.
yeah,
well, that's what
Donna
I'm
showed
saying.
up, then we'd be fine, but if she's not present, then she can make the 5th, we can make a vote on this. Unfortunately, we can't do that right
We
now.
don't have the numbers. It's just about the.
And that's the only issue right now.
Yes, I just suggest something. If the guy try to replace the guy because he refused for something.
He can't. He has a conflict of interest.
That's fine.
It'll blow your
Even,
whole thing
here's
right
the thing,
out.
here's the scenario, even if he did
Okay,
come
we
back,
have to find guys to complain to this council because we come in, this is, that is
The
the
first thing
community.
you want
We
to
come in
do-
more than 100 people support to us. We come in, we present to you guys, we see something. He asked me, who's the president? I say, I'm the vice president.
that's fine. And
He left.
because he found out that the president was Milagros, and
No.
that's why he has a conflict of interest.
Milagro, he refused before he made the presentation to the people.
But it's even
He
bigger than
understand.
that. You don't have quorum.
The audience numbers, you know?
Yeah, I know, the chief was good before.
Okay.
to get the members.
Let's have,
Can I make you guys a suggestion or give you a suggestion? If you want to give them a fair opportunity, why don't you call in a special meeting, have just maybe 1 or 2 items on the agenda, including Peru Village, let the people that have a conflict know right away, so they have an opportunity to maybe put that in writing, so they don't even have to be at that meeting, so there wouldn't be any type of possible discrimination.
We could do that.
You could probably do that, check with Dunn and your city attorney.
We could have the special meeting. I need to double check because of what happened. I need to double check if we can still do that. If we're able to do that, we'll call that special meeting. It'll still be the 4 of us. The only person that is allowed to vote on top of everyone else on the board is Donna. And Donna isn't even present right now today at all. And to be made 5.
So you guys would basically have 5 people, including Donna.
Yes. And
So then I would,
then we would be able to vote on this.
We
Right.
could have a special meeting, but if we don't have the numbers again, we can't.
then you can't get to the meeting,
Exactly.
right,
That's the
We
thing.
can't do, we're not a board that has 20 people.
right.
I just, adding on to what Ziggy said, as a stakeholder, I would just say they need to be heard again, but I would be, as a stakeholder, would protest of a special meeting. I think it should be at a regularly scheduled meeting.
Well,
You guys
then-
have their meetings, they're well-known, so when stakeholders have an interest in an issue, they know what day to show up and they know what day it's going to be heard. So I think a special meeting makes it kind
So
of,
we can discuss that later, but also every single meeting, regardless of whether it's special or not, an email is sent out to everyone. So anyone who's interested and wants to come and take
those emails are all
consideration
not
into
even sent out 24
anything,
hours in advance. And that's why I'm saying a regularly scheduled meeting.
they should be, but.
Everyone knows when it is.
Bring it up next month.
Yeah.
This is not uncommon, this happens.
No, I know, but if you don't have a quorum, next month you'll have a quorum and they can come back.
So let's table it.
They can wait 1 more month.
I think what I heard what you're saying, I agree with. I can believe that we're also giving them special consideration by taking up such a long period of time for a discussion.
It's not.
And we have other things to go through on this agenda, and we know what the problem is. And they don't understand, and if they do understand, they don't understand.
It's
So
not that,
I
it's
think
not
we need to
that,
move forward.
it's not that no one understands, it's not that. I
They
just
don't
wanna
agree
make.
with it.
That's not even that. I just want to make sure that everyone is completely understanding that there's no misunderstanding. You are not discriminating. 1, we are not discriminating. 2, we don't have a quorum. Had we had a quorum today, we would have voted on this, okay? 3, we will look into whether we can have a special meeting for this or put it onto the next agenda. Okay, granted that we can have that 5th person, Donna, come, and if she can vote. When she's here, then all of us can take into this. I sincerely apologize for this. I know that you guys have been working on this for quite a long time, and please don't take it as a we're giving you the back shot or anything under that sense. We just want to make sure that we're done doing this properly, because if we continue to go forward with this, then our vote wouldn't matter, our vote wouldn't count, and even if we vote, let's say yes right now, while 4 of us, while it's enacted, while it's illegal, it would only do more harm than good. I want to make that clear right now.
We are a small board.
Thank you so much.
And I do apologize again for this.
Thank you.
But, yes, but I would also like to get your contact information, that way when we have that next one, I'll personally call you to let you know when that's going to happen. I'm sure everybody can contact you, just to let you know, there's nothing that.
Thank you for your, thank you.
No, that's
Again,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Yes?
I'd like to let you know, we just here because we would like to be contribution to Hollywood, our culture. In my language, Quechua, because my ancestors are native, I like from my heart you listen to us, because we would like to preserve our culture in Hollywood and big contribution in this city. Thank you very much.
No, thank you so much for that. That's beautiful. What you said in Quechua, because my parents are also from Bolivia and my dad speaks that too. So thank you.
One of the something the Inca say is every day good morning, instead of good morning, they say, I'm a Sua, I'm a Keya, I'm a Yuya. Don't be lazy, don't be liar, and don't be robber. It is interesting, and I like to give to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
A liar, and don't be a robber. 3 of the 7 deadly sins.
If you want, I can hold it. If you want to hold it.
All right, thank you.
Okay, I got it. I didn't know how to go wide.
Oh, just up here.
There's like an entry to keeping the valves going on. I had to relieve him.
Thank you.